Lila had always been drawn to the mysterious. When she heard about Blackwood Manor, an abandoned estate nestled deep in the hills, she couldn't resist sneaking in. The locals claimed the house was cursed, that its last owner, Lord Edwin Blackwood, was a vampire who vanished a century ago under a blood-red moon. Lila didn't believe in such tales. Armed with only her phone's flashlight and her journal, she climbed the rusted iron gates and made her way to the manor. The building loomed before her, its windows shattered like jagged teeth, its ivy-covered walls seeming to breathe in the cold wind. Inside, the air was damp, and the scent of decay clung to every surface. Her flashlight flickered as she stepped into the grand hall, where a dusty chandelier hung precariously above. A sudden chill passed through her, and she stopped. "Hello," she called out, her voice trembling. The only answer was the groan of the old house settling. As she ventured further, she found a library filled with ancient books and portraits of stern-looking men and women. One painting caught her eye, a handsome man with piercing eyes and a sly smile. The nameplate read, Lord Edwin Blackwood. His gaze seemed to follow her no matter where she moved. Lila shook off the unease and climbed the staircase to the second floor. The moonlight streaming through the cracked windows gave the hallway an eerie glow. She opened door after door, finding only empty rooms, until the last one. Inside was a massive bed draped in crimson curtains. A large, ornate mirror hung on the opposite wall, but when Lila looked into it, her reflection wasn't alone. Behind her a shadow moved, a tall figure with glowing red eyes. She spun around, but the room was empty. Her heart pounded as she backed away. Suddenly the door slammed shut, and the sound of a lock clicking echoed in the silence. "You shouldn't have come here," a deep velvety voice whispered. Lila turned to face the mirror again, and this time the figure stepped out of the shadows. It was Lord Edwin Blackwood, just as he had looked in the portrait, though his pale skin glowed faintly in the dark. "You're real," she stammered. His smile revealed sharp, gleaming fangs. "And you, my dear, are curious. A dangerous trait, but perhaps useful." Before she could scream, he moved impossibly fast, pinning her against the wall. "The blood moon rises tonight," he murmured, his cold breath against her neck. "You've woken me from my slumber, and for that I thank you. But now you must choose. Join me in eternity or—" His fingers tightened slightly. Lila's mind raced. She thought of the stories, the warnings, and the thrill that had brought her here. I'll join you," she blurted, desperate to survive. Edwin chuckled darkly. "A bold choice. Let's see if you can handle forever." The last thing she felt was the sharp pain of his bite, and the world dissolved into darkness. When Lila awoke, the room was empty, but she was no longer the same. The thirst in her veins told her the truth. She had become part of Blackwood Manor's cursed legend. Forever.